All right, and we'll start off in a hands and knees tabletop position today. So go ahead and find your hands and knees. We want strong base, so spread those fingers wide, smoosh and push the floor away from you. And we want to grip the floor a little bit with the hands, okay? Lifting the belly muscles up, so strong belly, supporting that low back, okay? We're gonna start to move. So doing some cat-cows here, taking your big breath in. We'll start to pull the heart forward into a spinal extension. And then press the floor away, lifting and rounding your spine. We'll just take a few more like that. Inhale forward, extended spine. And exhale, push the floor, rounding your spine. So take a few more like this. And then I also want to really encourage you to take it a little bit sideways and kind of roll into the sides of your spine. Just kind of free form, very snaky, moving it all around. Maybe 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And last exhale. Push that floor. Okay, from here, we're going to take the right leg out behind and straighten it out. So go ahead and extend that right knee and drop the right toes on the floor back behind you. We're going to do a little core activation here, a little bit of a warm-up movement. Push that right foot down into the floor and see if you could lift the left knee up off the floor, tucking it into your chest. We'll try to take 3 long, slow breaths here. Just a little bit of core wake up. Shoulders over wrists, 2 more breaths. Maybe lift it a little higher. Very nice. 1 more breath. Maybe lift it a little higher. And then let's see if we can softly let that left knee down underneath the left hip again. And before we get too comfortable down here, we're going to spin that left heel, spin the left foot over to the left. So you're spinning on the left knee, and that's going to kind of make you drop your right heel, which is what we're going for. Go ahead and drop that right foot and reach up with the right hand. So we've transitioned ourselves into a little supported side plank. So take a moment here with me and just fidget until you're real comfortable. We want the left knee under the left hip. Sometimes you'll notice if it's too far away from the hip, it doesn't feel right, doesn't feel supportive. So put it under that hip. Make sure the left hand is under the right shoulder and that right hand is reaching up. Big stretch into the right side. Go ahead and reach that right hand very far away from that right foot. Big breath here. Now we're going to start moving and opening up this right shoulder with some big circles. Take some nice breath here, expanding that whole shoulder and chest. Okay, nice stretch across the right side. And I want you to think of also pushing the floor down with your left side. So you're strengthening on that side as you're stretching on the right. Okay, reverse your shoulder circles. This time, push through your palm like you're trying to push something away from you. Big movement. Okay, next time that right hand is reaching up, I'm going to challenge you a little bit, okay? Come up on your left fingertips. So the left fingertips are coming up. We're kind of tenting that left hand. Now pick up your right leg off the floor and just notice how heavy it is, okay? It's a significant percentage of your body weight. So if you need to drop it down, you can at any time, okay? But just feel that weight. And here's our challenge, okay? We're gonna try to remove 1 fingertip of the left hand at a time until we just have 1 single fingertip on the floor, okay? And then we're gonna try to pick it up and balance on that left knee. It is challenging and it might not happen today, but try it anyway, okay? Take a few breaths, attempting to balance on that left knee. Okay, building some core strength into this moment. How about one more breath wherever you are? And then we're gonna drop that right foot back to the floor. That's a heavy leg. Use your right arm like someone's pulling you and come all the way upright, okay? So here we are. We have the ribs over the hips. We have the right leg out to the right. The left knee very supportive underneath your left hip. Let's just change one little thing before we keep going. We want to externally rotate this right hip. So we're going to pick up the right toes and then bend the right knee slightly so we can point the right toes to the right. Just place them down. Now we're ready to move over with this right hand and start reaching out to the right, getting a big stretch across the left side. So hold and breathe here, reaching with me for a few breaths. Make your neck really long. You can close your eyes. At some point, your right hand can come to rest on your right shin or your thigh. Please skip your knee and reach that left hand up. Nice breath here. Big stretch in the left side. So I want you to get a feeling that you can look up at the ceiling underneath that left arm and kind of peel this armpit and the side of your ribs open. So breathe deeply here with me. Maybe stretch and reach that left hand over to the right if it feels good, only if it feels right. Let your head and neck fall off and let go. How about one more big breath here in this big, yummy side stretch? Let's come out slowly, reaching that left hand up if you reached it over to the right, and then bring yourself all the way up. Now I want to come down with core control. So wrap those belly muscles inward and allow yourself to drop the left fingers really slowly. Take your time. Once that left hand touches down, spin it back to hands and knees here. I'll get you off your knees for a while, okay? Tuck your toes, lift your hips and your knees. Downward facing dog here for a moment. Just walk it out. You can shake your head, pedal out your feet. Okay, getting some good movement to the backs of the legs. Okay, and just to mix it up before we go into the other side, let's roll up here real quick. So go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. You can bend your knees if you like. Parallel those feet. Put a good push down into the earth with your strong legs, and we're gonna roll up, taking a big breath in as you stack yourself up. Go ahead and reach up when you stand up tall. Look up and see your thumbs. We're gonna drop down into a chair squat, okay? With your exhale, drop down into your little chair squat. Drop that tailbone towards the earth. Keep the belly muscles and the heart lifting up. We're adding a twist here. So take a big breath in, reach your right hand behind you, look back to see it. Think of opening your arms wide, like you're showing someone a big hug, okay? Inhale back to center, drop a little lower. Stay low. Other side, open wide, keep breathing, look back. Bring it back to center, drop a little lower, okay? Waking up those quads. Stand up tall here. Again, big breath in, look up, see your thumbs. And exhale here. Fold, you can bend your knees. We're coming all the way back to the floor. Okay, once your hands come down, walk them forward, find your hands and knees. And here we are. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So this time the left leg will come out behind you. We'll tuck those left toes under and start to push that left leg down into the earth, feeling your core kind of wake up and activate. So shoulders over wrists, strong upper body, strong lower body. Let's tuck that right knee up into your belly, okay? 3 breaths here. 2 breaths, tuck it a little higher. 1 more breath, tuck it a little higher. Okay, time to let it go. Drop the right knee, but keep that left leg extended for now. Okay, we're gonna spin on the right kneecap and take the right toes to point all the way out to the right. We're gonna drop the left heel and the left foot and spin that left hand up. Now we are in a left facing supported side plank. So I'll spin around to face you, but we are in the same place. So I want you to take some fidgeting time, okay? This is one of those postures that you may not land in it just the way you want to be in it. So take some time, hand under shoulder, knee under hip, long leg is nice and straight, and we can flatten that foot on the ground. Once you're there, spread your left fingers wide. Start to open up that shoulder. Make a big stretch across the left side while you're here. Just get that stretch. The more you press down into the outside of the left foot and reach away from it, the better. Big movement. Feel the shoulder opening up, the chest, your back. Okay, now we're going to reverse our circle, but we're going to push through the palm. Big movement. All right, next time you reach up, pause it there. We're going to play around with balance again here. So come up on those right fingertips and make a little tent out of your right hand, okay? And we're going to lift up the left leg and just feel its weight, okay? And you might get a cramp in your outer hip. You just drop it, pick it up when you're ready, or even keep it down, okay? Make it work for you. But we're going to start removing fingertips of the right hand until we just have one little fingertip on the floor, and we can pick it up. Okay, I like to use the weight of the left hand reaching over to the left here, kind of over the other side of the right leg. So kind of play around with that, but find a way to play with your balance here, okay? It can be pretty wobbly, so let go of those expectations. Try for a couple more breaths. One more maybe, one more breath. And then drop that left foot, okay? Use your left fingers to get pulled all the way upright. Okay, so we warmed up the core really nicely with that balance work. Whether we actually balanced or not, we did the work we needed to do with a warm-up, okay? So we're gonna keep going over to the left, but we need to change that rotation in the left hip. So pick up your left toes and point them over to the left. You'll put a little slight bend in the knee to accommodate that. And now we'll keep reaching over to the left. Take some breaths, take some time. Want to feel expansion and length growing across the right side of the ribs, the low back, everything on the right side. Let your neck relax. But keep the length, okay? Make sure the shoulders stay away from your ears. And then at some point, that left hand is going to grab onto the shin or the thigh. Again, please skip the knee. That right hand will reach up. And give some nice big breath here. Big stretch into the right side. Okay, keep a gentle push down in your legs, gently pushing the floor. And if all is going well, you're going to reach that right hand overhead to the left. Big, nice stretch. Maybe we look at the ceiling under the right arm, thinking about kind of peeling open that armpit. Nice work. How about one more breath here? It feels great in the back, great in the ribs. Let's come out slowly, okay? Right hand comes up and over to the right first, and it kind of pulls us up back to center. Now I want you to lower yourself down slowly with your core control. So let the right fingertips land like a leaf floating to the ground. And when they do land, we can spin it back to hands and knees. All right, and let's get back up off the knees. Again, take up a little down dog moment. So tuck the toes, lift the knees and the hips. Downward facing dog. Welcome back. Walk it out, shake it off. Maybe give some shoulder rolls here. Okay, we definitely awakened the core and the spine. So now let's move a little bit more into the legs. So we're going to build kind of a gentle flow here. So as you're ready, with your inhale, go ahead and swing your right leg up in the sky behind you. Remember, it doesn't have to go high, and do your best to keep those hips nice and level. Okay, with your exhale, send that right foot forward. Drop it near the outside of your right hand. Go ahead and drop that back heel. That would be the left heel coming down to the floor. And as you're ready, come on up with your hands reaching to the sky. Nice bend in the right knee. Finding your warrior one, okay? Hips and shoulders facing forward. Go ahead and take 3 long, slow breaths here. Warrior one, pushing the floor a lot, pulling those knees inward toward each other. You're going to think of pulling your right hip back and moving your left hip forward, scooping those belly muscles up and in for support. Maybe for your last breath here, you want to look up and see your thumbs. Nice work. Exhale here, drop those hands underneath your shoulders. Lift that back heel off the ground again. We're back in a little lunge. And with your inhale, 3-leg dog, right leg up in the sky. Maybe look at your hands while you do this, just a little extension in your spine. And exhale here, drop the right foot, downward facing dog. Let's do the exact same thing on the left. Inhaling here, left leg in the sky. Hips are nice and level. Okay, exhale here, step the left foot outside your left hand and drop the back heel. Right heel down. Inhale here, warrior one. Let's take 3 breaths, okay? Strong legs, push the floor. We can have a 90-degree bend in the front knee, or we can make it a little bigger if we need a little more gentleness today. We're just gonna feel it out, make it feel right. Breathing, facing forward with hips and shoulders. Maybe for your last breath, look up, see your thumbs. Time to let it go. Drop those hands underneath your shoulders. Pop up the back heel. Inhale here, 3-leg dog. Exhale here, downward facing dog. Okay, let's take a little vinyasa here. We'll just keep things moving. Inhaling here, move your heart forward to make a plank shape. Remember, you can put your knees down for a plank or not. Okay, exhale and walk to your hands. Fold here. You can bend the knees. Let your head hang. With an inhale, let's roll it up. Okay, just like we did before, we're gonna mix in that little chair squat and add a twist to it, so get ready. Okay, with your exhale, drop down into your chair squat, drop that tailbone, point the knees over your toes. And inhale, one hand goes back and you look at it, big twist. Exhale back to center and drop a little lower. Other hand, inhale, twist, look at it. Exhale back to center and lower. Inhale, stand up tall, see your thumbs. Exhale, big fold all the way down to the hands on the floor. Let's come halfway up here. Unroll your spine halfway up, looking past the front of your space. And exhale here. Take another really big fold. Palms are down on the floor. Inhale, step it back to your plank. Okay. Exhale here, press it back, downward facing dog. Okay. Walk it out in your downward facing dog here. Okay. This will be our last downward facing dog of this kind of short and sweet little practice. As you're ready, come on down to hands and knees where we started. And we'll just take this right knee forward and step the right foot again outside the right hand. Okay. You can come up on your right fingertips here and maybe scooch the left knee back a little bit because we kind of warmed the legs up with that warrior one. Okay. And just find yourself a nice, comfy little low lunge. Okay. We want a gentle push down into the floor. And we can use the right knee as you're ready to come on up to a nice little low lunge. Okay, all the hands up in the air here, just like our warrior one. 3 breaths here, pressing that floor down. Maybe close your eyes, lift the belly muscles up and in. If you like, you can make a little gentle back bend feeling here, thinking about lifting your heart. But as much as you lift your heart, I want you to protect your low back with your strong belly muscles moving inward. For your last breath, maybe see your thumbs. Nice. Go ahead and drop the hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll simply switch sides, okay? Right knee back, left knee forward. Step it outside the left hand. Fingertips, maybe scooch the right knee back here. And find your little low lunge shape, okay? Pushing the floor gently with your legs. When you're ready, use that left knee, press yourself up. Hands up. Okay, you can always keep some support with your hands too, if you like. Just make it work. Breathing here, pushing that floor, lifting your heart. Maybe close your eyes, let yourself kind of balance, kind of wobble and surf on gravity here. Okay, for your last breath, look up, see your thumbs. Amazing. Let's let it go here. Hands back underneath the shoulders. Bring the left knee back underneath you. Go ahead and sit your hips to the side here. Swing your legs around front. Find a very comfy seat, okay? Anything you like. I like to maybe cross the shins here. You can put your feet by your knees, okay? Some folks like to tuck their feet in next to their hips. It's really whatever you like best. Let your hands rest on your knees though and sit up nice and tall. Put a slight tuck in your chin. Pair that with a slight upward lift of your belly muscles. Feel like your spine just got a little longer. Let your shoulders drop down your back and your tailbone drop into the earth. And just take a moment to let all the sensations that we just kind of stirred up in your body, in all your muscles and your nerves and your skin, let all that wash over you. And take a moment just to connect with what is happening right now. And of course, please rest like this for as long as you can. The longer, the better. This is where I'll leave you for our practice today.